Ever wonder how a goalkeeper can become a national hero without playing for the world's most elite clubs? Let's delve into the story of Guillermo Ochoa.
Hi, I'm Leah. I'm feeling super excited today to dive into this topic.
And I'm Garrett, just buzzing with curiosity about today's discussion. Welcome to Laid Back Learning with Leah and Garrett.
Today, we're exploring the fascinating career and legacy of Mexican goalkeeper Guillermo "Memo" Ochoa. Picture this. It's the 2014 World Cup in Brazil, and I'm watching Mexico play the hosts. Memo Ochoa is just flying around the goal booth, this wall of reflexes and calm. Neymar, Brazil's superstar forward, keeps getting chances, and Ochoa keeps saying, "Nope, not today." That 0-0 felt like a win. I learned then what a clean sheet really meant, when the keeper and defense don't allow any goals, and that was the day I realized how dramatic international football can be, like a whole movie in 90 minutes.
Let's set the stage. Guillermo Ochoa, full name Francisco Guillermo Ochoa Magaña, is a Mexican goalkeeper known as Memo. Goalkeepers are the last line of defense, and Ochoa's calling card is elite reflexes, those instant reaction saves that come from point-blank range. He's not the classic sweeper keeper type, which is a goalkeeper who runs far out of the box to play like an extra defender. Instead, he's about angles, anticipation, and big saves under pressure. Despite not anchoring a superclub for long, he's become a household name largely through international tournaments, where the stakes are highest.
Right, and he's 1.85 meters tall, which helps with reach and leaping on crosses. He was born in Guadalajara, Mexico, but really came of age in Mexico City at Club America's academy. America is one of Mexico's giants, and he debuted absurdly young for a keeper. What stands out is how he peaks when pressure spikes. Think Brazil 2014 and later Qatar 2022 when he saved a penalty from Robert Lewandowski, the Polish striker who scores for fun. A small branding note, he loves the number 13 jersey, and he leans into it like a reverse superstition, and fans totally connect that number with his World Cup magic. Early days first. Ochoa was born July 1985 in Guadalajara. By 1995, he joined Club America's youth academy in Mexico City, where his quick progress turned heads. In the Clausura 2004 season, he debuted at just 18 against Monterrey under Leo Beenhakker, a Dutch coach with a long European resume. He won Rookie of the Tournament that year, which is wild for a teenager in goal. There's a bit of drama after Adolfo Rios, America's veteran keeper, retires. Oscar Ruggeri, the Argentine coach, experiments with new goalkeepers but is fired after 6 games. Mario Carrillo, a Mexican coach who replaces him, restores Ochoa as starter, and in Clausura 2005 they won the Liga MX title. That summer, July 2005, they added the Campeón de Campeones, which is basically Mexico's Super Cup between champions. By December 2005, Ochoa made his Mexico senior debut in a 2-0 win over Hungary, and in April 2006, he helped America win the CONCACAF Champions Cup, the region's top club tournament at the time. He went to the 2006 World Cup as Mexico's third goalkeeper, learning the ropes, and then picked up back-to-back Golden Gloves in Apertura 2006 and Clausura 2007, awards recognizing the league's best keeper. Early momentum, big trust, high ceiling.
Middle chapter, and it's a roller coaster. In 2007, he played the CONCACAF Gold Cup, North America's main national team tournament. Mexico finished runner-up, and he got those big stage minutes. Then came Copa America in Venezuela. Mexico beat Brazil 2-0 in the group stage, with Ochoa praised, and they took third overall. In October 2007, France Football listed him as a Ballon d'Or candidate. That's the annual Global Player Award, and he was one of the rare nominees not playing in Europe at the time. In early 2008, he helped America win the Interliga, a Mexican qualifying tournament for Copa Libertadores, saving a late penalty versus Morelia. But 2008 also brought a setback when he captained Mexico's under-23s in Olympic qualifying, and they didn't make it. That stung. He rebounded in 2009 with World Cup qualifiers and the Gold Cup, where he saved a penalty in a shootout against Costa Rica in the semis, and Mexico crushed the USA 5-0 in the final. He was named to the all-tournament team. Then 2010 happened. He was in the World Cup squad again, but coach Javier Aguirre went with Oscar Perez, a veteran Mexican keeper, as starter, so Ochoa was backup, which must have been frustrating after carrying so much of qualifying. In June 2011, he was withdrawn from the Gold Cup after testing positive for clenbuterol. That's important context. Clenbuterol is a banned substance, but the case underscored how food contamination can complicate strict liability rules, which mean athletes are responsible for any substance in their body, even accidental. In October 2011, WADA, the global anti-doping agency, withdrew its appeal to the Court of Arbitration for Sport, so he was effectively cleared. Right after, in July 2011, he moved to AC Ajaccio in France's Ligue 1, a Corsican club battling relegation. He faced a ton of shots, strung together clutch clean sheets, and helped them survive the 2011-12 season. Fans voted him Player of the Season twice, and he had a famous 12-save draw away to PSG, Paris Saint-Germain, the French powerhouse, in 2013. Ajaccio were relegated in 2014, but Ochoa's stock was up just in time for the World Cup. He played in 2014, beat Cameroon 1-0, and then delivered that legendary 0-0 against Brazil in Fortaleza. 4 huge saves, global acclaim, the works.
And the later acts. August 2014, he signed for Malaga in Spain, but Carlos Kameni, a Cameroonian international, was the starter. Ochoa mostly played cup matches at first. By 2016, he got a La Liga start due to injury, but the real minutes arrived with a loan to Granada in 2016-17. A loan just means a temporary move while still belonging to your parent club. Granada struggled defensively. Ochoa faced a barrage and ended up with a paradoxical season. He conceded 82 goals, a La Liga single-season record, yet led Europe's top 5 leagues in saves with 162. Fans still voted him Player of the Season, which tells you how much he kept scorelines respectable. In 2017, he moved to Standard Liège in Belgium, became first choice, and played deep into league playoffs and Europa League matches. By 2019, he was their Player of the Season too. Then the homecoming. August 2019, he returned to Club America on a big deal. The traditional numbers were taken, so he wore number 6 briefly, then switched back to his signature 13 in 2020. He captained America during stretches and in August 2022 passed Adrian Chavez to become the club's all-time clean sheet leader. On the international side, he kept stacking milestones. In November 2022, at the World Cup in Qatar, he saved Robert Lewandowski's penalty in a 0-0 draw with Poland at age 37, fueling that World Cup legend narrative. Late 2022, he signed for Salernitana in Italy's Serie A, helped them avoid relegation, and was named their Player of the Season in May 2023. After the club went down in 2024, he moved again, signing for AVS in Portugal in September 2024, where he faced Sporting CP and made notable stops on Victor Gyökeres, a Swedish striker. A 2025 move to Burgos CF in Spain fell through late, and he signed for AEL Limassol in Cyprus that September, adding yet another league to his path. Through all of that, the Mexico story kept humming. He won a record 6 Gold Cups across 2009, 2011, 2015, 2019, 2023, and 2025, and lifted the CONCACAF Nations League in 2025 after earlier near misses. He also brought the overage energy at the Tokyo 2020 Olympics held in 2021, where Mexico won bronze. And then the capstone. He was named to Mexico's 2026 World Cup squad, his 6th, and he said he would retire from professional football after that tournament. That's longevity, leadership, and big stage consistency, all wrapped into one career.
Here's a thorny one. There's debate about whether to credit Ochoa personally with the 2011 Gold Cup title. He was initially on the roster, then withdrew after that clenbuterol test, which was later tied to tainted meat, and WADA dropped its appeal. Official listings in some places credit him with the title, while other databases count only the players who stayed active through the final. So which way should it go? Count it or not? I think you count it. He was registered, he was part of the squad planning, and the exoneration matters. If the governing bodies list him, that's the framework. Plus, tournament prep is real value. Keepers shape defensive schemes in training. It's not like he was absent by choice. And when process errors get corrected, the record should reflect that correction. Otherwise, we're double penalizing someone after they've been cleared. Why would we ignore the official attribution once the case is resolved?
I hear that, but I lean the other way for consistency. When people say a player won a tournament, most fans picture them on the field, especially in the knockout rounds or the final. If a database strictly counts those who actually played, I get the logic, because it keeps the stat tightly tied to match participation. And real talk, that approach reduces confusion when comparing careers. That said, I'm not ignoring the exoneration. That was crucial. I just think we should be clear in language, like saying squad winner versus on-field winner, so we don't blur what happened.
Totally fair. It raises the bigger question of legacy math. Is a player defined by paperwork or by minutes played? And who writes the story? Governing bodies, databases, or fans on social media? It's wild how a footnote can ripple through how we remember someone, especially for a keeper, where one save in a final can overshadow a year's worth of quiet excellence.
Exactly. And with Ochoa, the narrative weight comes from those visible, high-pressure moments. Like the 2014 Brazil match went viral for a reason. Short clips of him stonewalling Neymar became instant cultural artifacts, memes, edits, headlines. Same with the Lewandowski penalty in 2022. That one gif basically reignited a decade of World Cup mythology around him. Pop culture tends to distill careers into moments that feel cinematic. Ochoa has a library of those scenes.
Okay, what if we rewind time? Imagine the reported 2010-2011 move to Manchester United actually happens. That's a Premier League giant with massive competition for the number one shirt. If Ochoa lands there, I could see two paths. One, he fights through and racks up major club silverware, league titles, deep Champions League runs, the whole trophy cabinet. Two, he becomes a cup specialist behind an entrenched starter, gets fewer league minutes, but trains daily in a hyper-elite environment that sharpens his skills. Either way, the brand value probably explodes, and he's evaluated through a big club lens rather than the under-siege keeper lens he had at Ajaccio or Granada.
I'm with you on the two paths. Here's where it gets really interesting. If he's at a superclub, he probably faces fewer shots per match, which changes the highlight reel. Instead of 12 save nights, he's judged on concentration and one decisive stop. Would that dim the World Cup aura, or actually elevate it because he arrives with bigger club rhythm? My gut says the international storyline still pops. He was already a pressure performer, but the club legacy might read very differently. Fewer relegation battles, more medals, maybe fewer Player of the Season awards, from fans who watched him carry a defense every week. It's a trade-off.
And Mexico might have felt subtle effects. Confidence and timing from steady club minutes can shape a World Cup cycle. But Ochoa's tournament spikes feel almost system-proof. He peaked under wildly different club contexts. So even in the Manchester United timeline, I think we still get the Lewandowski save moment, or an equivalent. The stage brings out the best in him. That seems baked in.
So, big picture. Memo Ochoa's path isn't the tidy superclub arc. It's a patchwork of leagues and languages, of fan-voted awards and viral saves. Add 6 Gold Cups, a Nations League title in 2025, an Olympic bronze, and a 6th World Cup call-up, and you've got a career defined by resilience and big moment clarity.
Stay curious, and next time you see a keeper wearing 13, you'll know why that hits different.